Welcome into a beautiful Victory Monday here in Duval County. We love it when the Jaguars get a win. It's a sunny day in Florida. It's warm again. The fair is leaving, so there's more parking for us in the morning. So personally, I'm having a great day to start, and I bet a lot of Jaguars fans are having a great day today as well. Welcome to Jags A.M. I'm Kainani Stevens, Brian Sexton, John Oehser with me this morning. And I don't know how you couldn't be having a good Victory Monday after the beatdown we saw of the Chargers yesterday at Everbank Stadium. We're going to start out with some big things because it was a good one, and we want to review all the good stuff from yesterday. So big things presented by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association. Big thing number one was a response. After that finish against the Texans, it was a focus all week long. Liam Cohen wanted to see a response from his team.
You know, I talked to you guys about it a little bit the other day. It was a quieter week, and I think that was probably because we were pissed off at the finish last week, and we play better pissed off. We are. We've talked about edge for a long time now, and when we have an edge and we play as a team and it's about the team all the time, good things happen typically for us.
Brian, team was pissed off, and they played pissed off, and they definitely took out some frustration on the Chargers yesterday.
Listen, the running game was the star of the show. Trevor led the 11 and 16 play drives. Josh Hines-Allen and the pass rush came to life. He got the franchise record, but the star of the show was Liam Cohen. From the moment that the game in Houston was over, it was clear to anybody who's been around this game at all, with a first-year head coach, this was his time. There was always going to be a tough loss like that. How he got his team through, how they responded. These are not those Jaguars. We've been saying it, but they hadn't borne out on the field. Now, it's entirely his team. They played his way coming out of a disastrous day in Houston, and it was magnificent to watch how his team responded.
Yeah, I was never overly concerned that they wouldn't try to respond, and I was never concerned that he didn't have the locker room. My concern was the injury situation. Did they have the horses, so to speak, to respond? And, you know, again, I rank this up there. I'll get into it later in the season. I mean, in the show, it's as good a win as I've seen this team have since I've been back. Every box checked. But as Brian said, the story is how this team responded to that loss, and it was Liam Cohen's day.
Let's get into how they actually got that win, got it done. And second big thing today is going to be run game, because we've been talking about getting the run game going for a while now. Travis Etienne and Bashal Tootin kind of split the load there, and they both had about 150 yards total together yesterday on the ground, so that was a great effort. Etienne, though, said it's all because of the O-line.
Oh, no, big shout out to the offensive linemen. Man, they was out there just moving people. And you don't go out there and run a ball like that without them. So just hats off to them, man. They were out there moving people, just making my reads so easy. And I just had to keep hitting it straight, and just thankful for them.
John, we know this team is good when they establish the run early, but the offensive line able to do as well as they did, and that was without Brenton Strange and without their starting right tackle, Anton Harrison.
Yeah, it was a really impressive effort, and Cole Van Lanen deserves a lot of credit for stepping in, playing a different position than he did the week before. You can almost tell, Brian, with this team in the first quarter what kind of day it's going to be. Not whether they're going to be able to win or lose, but it's not a team that necessarily overpowers you in the run game, but when they're getting 3, 4, and then sort of leaning forward, you can tell it's sort of their day. You didn't know they were going to win that game in the first quarter on Sunday, but you knew they were going to have a shot because they got movement on the line, and that's what this team is.
Listen, they had defensive tackles, John, pushed 3 yards off the line of scrimmage before reaching for the linebackers at the second level. They made it easy for Travis and for Bashal to be able to find holes and run with it. My favorite moment of the game yesterday, and we'll see this coming up in highlights, is Etienne's second touchdown. I think it was about 13 yards, and you have Robert Hainsey and Chuma Edoga out leading the way. And as soon as they realized he scored, you see, and watch for it in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, you see Edoga jump into the air and Robert Hainsey do this sitting on the ground. It was just so clear they enjoyed the moment of playing bully ball and taking a Chargers defensive front that's pretty good and just driving them into the ground all day. It was really cool.
So our final big thing today is going to be record day, because we have to mention Josh Hines-Allen passing Tony Brackens. He's now the sole holder of that franchise sack record. And Josh Hines-Allen talked a little bit about his motivations this year and what the team needs to focus on going forward.
Like, being pissed off was great for us because we lost in the way we lost, especially to a team. So, like, at that current moment, we needed to play pissed off. Next week, you know, obviously, I mean, what are we going to find something to be pissed off about? I think being pissed off kind of made people focus on their details, focus on what I have to come into this building and do. Maybe I have to come up earlier and get extra treatment. Maybe I have to do more studying. Maybe I have to be in the playbook a little bit more. Maybe I have to study something different than I did something, you know. I think that put more focus on everybody has to be where they need to be. And if that's the focus that we have moving forward, then we'll be a tough team to beat.
Brian, the defense using that frustration from the fourth quarter against the Texans to kind of refocus. Obviously, they were angry about it, but using it to refocus, get back to what they're good at. Josh Hines-Allen stepping up to the challenge that was kind of laid down this week.
Well, they had to have it. Listen, I'm confused. How is it that against a backup quarterback where you have some starters on defense, you can't stop him? But against Justin Herbert, one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league, you can lose Greg Newsome, who's your most seasoned corner, and throw in Christian Braswell, no problem, right? Well, the pass rush got that done yesterday. They took the pressure off of a depleted secondary. Remember, no Travis Hunter. We found out last week he's gone for the year. No Jordan Lewis. We don't know when he comes back. He didn't have Newsome. And the safety situation's been a problem all year. And what did he complete? 10 of 18 passes for 81 yards? Ridiculous. Incredible effort. Congratulations. We both covered, John, Tony Brackens. We know what kind of player he is. For Josh Allen to be where he's at, and he's an incredible leader, which Tony really wasn't. For him to stand there yesterday and talk about his teammates, I thought it was a great moment for the franchise.
Yeah, and I think what Josh was getting at more than anything in the soundbite, yes, they were pissed off on Sunday. He also knows it's hard to play 17 games with that level of, I don't know, what's the word, pissed offness? Is that
anger?
So,
maybe a little more friendly.
He's also trying to get across the message. You've got to do, guys, what you did last week every week. We have to reach that level and be more consistent in all this. But to the point of the segment, unbelievable job defensively. I didn't know if they could win the key matchup. The key matchup was offensive line of the Chargers versus defensive line of the Jags. You knew if they won it, they'd have a chance, and they did it in an incredible way. I mean, it is a banner day for this franchise.
A signature win for Liam Cohen in his first year, coming off of that loss. Incredible.
Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to go over the highlights from yesterday. There were a lot of them, so definitely don't want to miss it.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
The moment you drop off donations at a North Florida Goodwill, your things start new lives. A donated jersey helps someone suit up for success through education and training. A pair of old cleats helps a job seeker step confidently into new career opportunities. Every donation fuels Goodwill's mission to provide education, training, and career opportunities, removing barriers to employment and building brighter futures across our community. To find your nearest donation center and learn more, visit goodwillnorthfl.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait.
Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
The kick is up. It's good!
Field goals for Firehouse Subs are back. That means when the Jags score from deep, you do too. Anytime the Jags score a field goal that's 40 yards or more, you can get a free medium sub with the purchase of any other medium sub, online or in the app for 4 days following the game. So cheer on the Jags, watch for the big kicks, and get your buy one, get one free medium sub at participating Firehouse Subs throughout Jacksonville when you use the app. The hottest subs in Duval. See firehousesubs.com for offer terms.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans.
I thought it actually really helped us. We did it for not the whole plan and everything. It was some specific stuff that we wanted to maybe play a little bit faster and just have a little bit more tempo in and out of the huddle and just more clarity on some of the things. And I know it definitely helped us for sure. I think today.
Head coach Liam Cohen weighing in on Trevor Lawrence, who was seen wearing a wristband, which he hadn't been wearing to start the season, something he's worn in the past. And I don't know if that's a huge deal in and of itself, but I do find it interesting, and I appreciate that maybe it wasn't working as well for them. And so Liam said, okay, let's try it out for a little bit and put a couple of the plays on there, not go all the way back in and with every single thing written down, but the ability to be like, hey, let's pivot a little bit and change something up, see if that works.
Yeah, and I wonder if maybe having that not only gave him confidence, but they were smooth. You know, they only had one called penalty yesterday?
Yeah.
Amazing.
One.
I know.
So we talk all the time about how complicated the offense is and how many shifts and motions that Liam likes to use and how it just hasn't worked. Perhaps going back a little bit made things smoother. I don't know whether the correlation's there. We'll obviously talk to Liam this week about it, but that's an amazing storyline that just got lost in everything else.
Yeah, I think people get frustrated in the first year of a regime because they expect to sort of open the Christmas package and the toy works right away. And you're mad at Christmas if like Dad didn't get batteries.
Or you got to put it together.
So sometimes it takes a little time. OTAs and training camp are great, but real-time stuff for an offense is the only way you really find out if it works. And it does seem like they are working toward finding, it's going to be perfection, but their level of efficiency. And it's frustrating because you see it not work as a fan and think, oh, it's never going to get there. There have been moments, and speaking to this, a couple of times in the last few weeks, there's been moments where it's 5 or 6 drives in a row that are really impressive. I think yesterday was 3 touchdown drives in a row.
Yeah.
Against the Raiders, it was 6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sort of see it coming together. It's not going to be that every week, but you can see it coming together. We're 10 games in. Think about what it'll be 20 games in.
Well, listen, you're coming off that loss in London to the Rams. They've scored 30, 29, and now 35 points. Not all. I mean, special teams provided that. But you've got a team that's starting. Well, I mean, John, how many years have we seen around here the Jaguars failed to score 25 points on a season? And now all of a sudden.
Many.
Yeah, many. And now all of
answer.
a sudden they're consistently scoring.
Right.
At least the last couple of weeks, they're consistently scoring.
Right.
Good for them.
A 2025 NFL team, we love it. Let's start out early. They established the run very early, and it was nice to see both Bashal Tutin and Etienne get involved. Tutin was just, John, I think you were talking a little bit about this earlier, but it feels like it really does feel like he's running down a hill at times. Like just the gravity of the force that he brings, and when he's rushing, it's violent and it's impressive. It's physical.
Well, and again, it sort of speaks to what I was talking about earlier. He's a rookie, and you saw in training camp a weird combination of speed and power, because all you heard on draft day was how fast he was. Okay, he's going to be and then you see how powerful he is. Well, it takes time to figure out, okay, where can we get him in the offense? What does he know? How much is he ready for? I think you probably saw yesterday the first day of many, many big days for this kid, because he's got an unusual skill set in his speed and power.
Well, if he hadn't had been caught around the thigh and just tripped up enough to slow him down, we would have seen a 55, 60-yard touchdown run, and people would have seen that speed.
Well, before the season, I thought it was going to be a dynamic big play offense. One reason is because you saw his speed, and you thought there would be many, or not many, it's hard to do that many times in the NFL, but you thought there'd be 3 or 4 where he broke it, and he's getting close.
We talked about Josh Hines-Allen and big things, but finally getting that sack record. He's pass rush as a whole has struggled at times this season, but Brian, for him to finally get it, and in a big moment in the game, and then also in a big win over the Chargers.
Well, and we've talked about his pressure rate being so high, near the top of the league, but he just hadn't gotten home, and you could see on this play that Justin Herbert is trying to slide outside of him, and Josh is falling to the ground, falling forward, and he just reached out. It's like, I am not letting this guy get away from me. It's the epitome of effort.
Yeah, he also rushed the right way. He didn't get out of his lane.
Yep.
And he would tell you, against Houston, there were a couple of big plays where he rushed upfield, let him go inside. Also on that play, not insignificant, everybody was getting pressure, so he got flushed to Josh. So pass rushing is usually a team thing. It showed up yesterday.
And by the way, it showed up with those 2 young guys. Danny Strigow had a couple of just excellent pass rushes where he was just slightly off, and then, of course, B.J. Green got screwed out of a sack.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they expect from B.J. Green, and I agree. I don't know how he avoids the penalty on that play and still play the game of football.
Well, listen, he put his head to the side, which is what they want you to do.
And he didn't land.
And he was coming full speed.
And Herbert jumped into the air, which
made it even worse.
B.J. could have avoided it had mid-air he elevated and not landed on Herbert.
And by the way,
which would have been a hell of a play.
Speaking of the hell of a play and it impacting the game, how about Trey Lance? When he was about to be sacked by DeJuan Smoot, it felt like Smoot let up a little bit because he didn't
want to get
know
a penalty.
what was right.
Which is unfortunate because
that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And it also, well, let's take a look at the play actually. So we have the B.J. Green sack, and it's tough because it also came late as well. So we're not going to go in on the officiating, but I think sometimes when the quarterback gets hurt, they're a little more apt to throw the flag there. But as mentioned, let's just talk a little bit about the young guys. I think it was great to get them a little more playing time. We saw Ogbo didn't dress yesterday, so B.J. Green and Strigo were both up, and we saw them both impact the game.
I'll talk about the officiating a little bit.
Okay.
I will too.
It's not necessarily their fault. It is set up where, like, people always want to blame the officials. It is a gray area that's almost impossible to officiate. It was a bad call, but if I'm an official, I don't know how else to call this, but I also don't know how else B.J. Green makes the play. He's playing aggressively. There was clearly, if you put those officials in a room and said, did you see an intent to injure? No. But by the letter of the rule, they feel like they have to call this. It's a broken area of the league's policy on quarterbacks right now. And I don't know how to fix it because they're not going to change it.
Listen, in last week, Trayvon Walker, right? You're asking a guy to be an athlete. He's chasing a player. I got to keep my head all the way back and look up at the sky to make sure that my head doesn't slide in and somehow make contact with the helmet. I mean, you have to be able to judge intent, right?
Same they'll never do that, though.
Intent. Well, it's kind of like
they'll never bring intent back to this call.
It's
unfortunately.
Well, listen. You saw last night, if you saw the Lions-Eagles game, a terrible call on pass interference as well. Yeah. We're making these guys make really difficult calls if you can't figure out the intent.
And it's a little, again, this isn't going to change either, but it's a little too offense-centric right now.
Yeah.
But as I told somebody in the Ozone, don't sit around waiting for the lead to get defensive-centric.
Yeah,
you're going to get very frustrated.
I love the hit. It's a violent game.
We'll go back a little bit, take a look at this Etienne's first touchdown of the day. Little Wildcat touchdown. We know Liam Cohen can be creative. Sometimes he gets a little hamstrung by penalties or getting behind the sticks. And he was able to go into his full bag of tricks yesterday.
Well, and I think that's really the key. People get so angry at the offense and they think the offense stinks when it can't overcome 3rd and 12s and long yardage. And they think that Liam Cohen is not being creative when no offensive coordinator can be very creative when you're running 50 plays in a game. You've got to get first downs. It's why fans get tired of us harping on penalties, but the pre-snap penalties for 9 games, oh, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. a lot didn't suck about the Jaguars' offense, except that they were in these situations that they couldn't succeed in.
Well, and listen, they did what they did on the ground yesterday to set up some of the creative, clever play calling. They did it without Brenton Strange. They did it without Brian Thomas Jr., right? I mean, they did it without Anton Harrison. And Cole Van Landen played really good football yesterday. Khalil Mack didn't even sniff the quarterback. They didn't get a sack. That's an offensive line that gave up, what, 20 sacks in the 4 previous games, and Cole Van Landen steps in, that they were able to be so effective with so many key players being down. Hats off to Liam Cohen and his entire coaching staff.
Sacks are so incredibly situational, and the offensive line often gets blamed for situations they can't control.
Let's look at Trevor's rushing touchdown and a big catch from Jacoby Myers before that, because Trevor Lawrence didn't have a crazy good day. I think other than the interception, he played very smart with the football, but seeing what Jacoby Myers could be as a target for him, a just trusted guy over the middle who kind of sits there, waits for the ball to get to him a little bit, and I feel like Trevor already has that innate trust in him.
He was inaccurate in the first half.
He was.
In fact, I wrote down in my notes a couple of times.
He did miss Myers, I think, early too, yeah.
Let her rip. And then in the second half, he came out so sharp. I mean, he threw the ball into zone coverage, whizzing it past defenders' helmets. I mean, he was spectacular in the second half with his ball placement. And because he was, it sets up opportunities like this.
How about the parting of the sea on that, by the way, too?
It looked like Alan Amici in 58. Stats aside, I thought he had moments yesterday that were very significant. He clearly needs timing with receivers right now in his career to be successful. You saw in the second half some of the benefits of timing with Jacoby Myers, timing with the guys that he's getting used to in this scheme. I thought 3 or 4 drives when they were hot, it would be easy to overlook how well he played. Also, look, he's probably a down and distance quarterback right now. We talked about the offensive line struggling early with the down and distance situation for 9 games. A lot of good down and distance. It's much easier to play quarterback on 3rd and 2.
Although he made it look great because that throw that we just saw to Myers was 3rd and 12.
Yeah,
it was a spectacular throw.
You can't live there, but when you have timing with receivers, you can pick up a few more of those.
Jaguars were 5 of 10 on 3rd down yesterday, which, again, the Chargers were one of the best teams in the league on 3rd down percentage, and they were 5 of 6 in the red zone, and the only reason they didn't go 6 of 6 was at the end they slowed it down.
But they didn't slow down. They didn't take their foot off the gas, because how about an interception late, and then also we're going to do that last touchdown from ETN, which
I love this one.
We all love the blocking for. But it was nice to see, especially after how things ended against the Texans. Yes, this game is well in hand in the 4th quarter, but no, we're not gonna stop trying to do what we do.
Great to see Antonio Johnson make a play. They need him because he's going to be their starter at safety if he stays healthy the rest of the year.
Yeah, and so much of interceptions, again, this is a bad throw by Herbert.
Yes.
A little unusual for him. But you get interceptions and sacks when you force the other team to do things they don't want to do. The Chargers didn't want to be throwing every down in that situation. That's usually how you get mistakes, by putting other teams in bad spots.
And credit for Oluokun on that play. He got the depth, which made it hard for Herbert to figure out where to throw the ball. Look at Hainsey right there.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love the energy that he had.
And I misspoke earlier. I said this offensive line doesn't really drive people off the ball. Sometimes that's what they are. Yesterday, they were driving guys off the ball. So, again, big credit to that group. But again, I think when you're in good situation, if this team can reduce the penalties and pre-snap stuff, you're going to see more of this than not going forward.
A lot of good stuff from yesterday. Stay with us. We're going to give you our hot takes coming back after the break.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow! Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit jaguars.com/forward together.
Donate blood and save lives on the Big Red Bus at the annual Tailgate Blood Drive on November 22nd at Daly's Place. Blood donors score a free Jags home game ticket. For more info, though, go to oneblood.org/Jaguars. Also, today's episode of Jags A.M. brought to you by Firehouse Subs, specifically bringing you our hot takes today. So we all are thrilled after that win, of course, against the Chargers. And now we're kind of looking ahead a little bit, looking back. What's your hot take for us today, Brian?
This is Liam Cohen's team, right? I mean, people go, well, of course it was. He was hired way back in February. But there's a moment in a first-year head coach's tenure where if he's winning, if he's a good coach and not a guy that's going to get fired 336 days in, like the guy that didn't make it in 2021 here, that never became his team. But there's a moment where it becomes his team. And this was clearly the moment. Coming off the loss, a difficult week, he had to get him focused. The belief level in that locker room has to be sky high. It reminds me of when Tom Coughlin took the Jaguars to beat the Broncos in the playoffs in Denver. He had almost been fired at one point in that season, right, where people were questioning him. And they got through that playoff run, and all of a sudden it was Tom's team, and they went on that run. It felt like that yesterday. Yeah. It was that resounding win, and no one will question him. It will be his team. He can do whatever he wants with these guys because the belief level is so strong in what they got accomplished this week coming out of Houston.
Yeah, I can't say it better. It was his day. I firmly believed it was already his team. I wasn't surprised how they responded. I was surprised how well they played, which leads into my hot take. I got back here in 2011. To me, this is the most impressive win this team's had. The 17 win over Pittsburgh when they went up there and handled them 30-9 is probably the only one that's in the ballpark because I'm taking out any year where they stunk, which is
a lot of years.
A lot.
Yeah.
So considering the circumstance, considering what they needed, considering an opponent on a 3-game winning streak, who I think is still a playoff team, considering the opposing quarterback, it was as impressive and as important a win as I've seen this team have. And I think also what it sets you up for, Now you've got a win over the Chiefs. Yep. Now you got a win over the Chargers. You've got playoff wins, head-to-head stuff. It was. If you looked at that game yesterday and think this is anything related to, quote, same old Jags, you don't know, you're missing what's going on.
I want to go back to 17 real quick because, ironically, they lost in Arizona. They came home and they had back-to-back games against the Colts, the Texans, and the Seattle Seahawks. That was an incredibly impressive stretch. Remember, that was the last 29 or more point win when they beat the Texans 45-7. But they had that run there, Kai, where it set them up and pushed them into the playoffs, pushed them into the division title.
But I don't know that they played a team as good as this one in that run.
And I'm not trying to say that that is, but what I'm saying is that in that really playing well stretch, they put a couple of games together. Now you got to go do that because you have teams the next 2 weeks in Arizona that's got 3 wins and the Titans that have 1 win. Dare I say you should win these? Now you have to go do it.
Can't let your foot off the gas and can't play down to your opponent in those games.
You do that, you get to 8-4.
Yeah,
and now you've got a swinger's chance of getting the division. I mean, yes, this is a. You got to build off this. It can't be a one-off.
A lot of doors open up after that. For me, I looked back at yesterday, and I know we talk a lot about star players kind of making your team, but for me yesterday, it wasn't star power. It felt more like willpower.
A little wordery there.
Wordplay there.
When you work with words, right, John?
I try every once in a while. For me, there's tons of injuries coming into this. You don't have Brian Thomas Jr., your starting right tackle's out. We thought Brent Strange was coming back. He's not quite ready yet. For them to come out, not be pretty about it, dominate the run game really early. It was the Cole Van Lannens, it was the Johnny Munts, it was Jacoby Myers, who's been here for maybe 2 weeks at this point. Antonio Johnson getting an interception late. It was your 2 new pass rushers, rookies, undrafted free agents. Like, those were the names that got you that win yesterday. And sometimes we put so much on, these stars are paid a lot of money and they need to be the ones making the big plays. Sometimes it's about the other guys doing their 1 or 2 plays, their part in this, and that's kind of what got it done for me.
Listen, Christian Braswell's a great example of it, right? A guy who's been around here on and off the practice squad, put him in the lineup, and he doesn't let you down. It just further underscores the Liam lore of Houston Week, post-Houston Week 2025. I think this is going to be one of those weeks that we look back on years from now and say, what an incredible turnaround.
And this is how you build a team, and when they talk about kind of setting a standard, it's everybody contributing to that. And I think we saw it fully for a full 4 quarters yesterday for the first time this season.
Now, can we get some of those guys back?
That too, right? Exactly. Now we've got all this handled. Now the stars can come back.
You need
and
the guys back.
Level.
It's hard to be consistent just on willpower.
Yeah.
Correct.
You need the star power to play off Kai's wordery.
Yes. The stars are back now,
That's
so we'll do star power next week. We're hoping. Stay with us. We will tell you what's coming up this week and what you can expect.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow! Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our acclaimed impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com.
Hey Jaguars fans, Thrive Infusions is Jacksonville's premier med spa for hydration, recovery, and performance. Whether you visit in-spa or book mobile IV therapy right to your door, they've got you covered. Their IV vitamin infusions help with hangovers, jet lag, dehydration, and overall wellness, keeping you energized and ready to go. Plus, with treatments like M-Sculpt Neo to build muscle and burn fat, and hydrofacials for glowing, healthy skin, they'll help you look and feel your best. Visit Thrive Infusions today and keep Jacksonville thriving on and off the field.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern pit barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Jags fans, on Tuesday, November 18th from 5 to 6, head to Publix at University Square and University Boulevard to meet the rookies, B.J. Green, Danny Strigow, and Facial Tootin of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Jackson DeVille and the members of the Roar will be there as well for a special appearance. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Guys, look at this. 30 first downs to 8. 192 yards rushing to 42. Guys, and we had an unbelievable moment obviously happen for our franchise today. Hey, that's us. And let's not forget this feeling, because that is us. I know for a fact the guys that stepped up today, so many f***ing guys stepped up and impacted that game. And guess what? Every single one of you should be proud of what you see in the mirror.
4 quarters of good football out of the Jaguars. Makes sense to have a hyped locker room, and we love the victory speeches.
A lot of energy in that locker room. If you looked around and saw different guys showing emotion, it was a cool moment.
Absolutely. Jarian Jones actually mic'd up for that one, so I don't know what we'll be allowed to publish because of the way he speaks, but I'm sure what they do let out will be quite entertaining.
They managed to cover up some of the coaches.
Yeah, I think Trent, one of our shooters and editors, has to go through with a fine-tooth comb before we publish those things.
They're animated, let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, absolutely. John, we're looking at this week. We were hoping to get Brent Strange back last week. I think we'll hear some more later today, but hopefully, maybe?
Yeah, my impression is they expect him to play on Sunday, but we're 6 days away from that, so I don't know for sure, but not a concern that this is going to continue to linger.
Yeah, you also talk about the potential of Brian Thomas Jr.'s return. He was working out hard on the field before the game. Anton Harrison, I don't know where he's at, but I don't think that's season ending, so hopefully you'll have him back, and maybe Jordan Lewis at some point in the near future.
I think Eric Murray is 2 weeks from the IR. Like Eric Murray's possibility to come back,
get him back.
Some point. So, yeah, your secondary. We don't know how long Newsome will be out.
Yep.
So, but I haven't heard anything beyond Travis Hunter that makes me think long term can't get back for December. Keep in it and get these guys back.
All right, we'll keep an eye on all that stuff, and we'll be back with you guys on Wednesday as we look forward to a trip to Arizona later this week.